welcome back to my kitchen with coffee in hand. My name is Loli and I work as a personal chef. Now today I am meal prepping family style for a family of 4 and I will walk you through how I plan, cook efficiently in this tiny little kitchen without feeling overwhelmed, rushed. I also want to show you how much I charge, how many hours I work, and what really looks like working from home meal prepping for a client. So I'm gonna have a sip of my coffee, wear my apron, and let's get into it. Let's do some meal prepping. So for today's menu, I have flank steak with chimichurri sauce, then a ham and cheese frittata cups, chicken and asparagus, pulled pork, sweet potato fries. I'm going to be preparing ingredients for an Italian salad with a dressing, a butter chicken, which is one of my clients' favorite. They can eat this almost entirely on a weekly basis. And last, I'm going to prepare a baked feta soup. Most of these recipes are gluten-free and dairy-free. And this is what I want to show you in this video is how I plan a full day in the kitchen. How I multitask, because I find that this is a key when it comes to meal prepping or cooking or everyday cooking. Also very important, what you should start cooking first, what should go in the oven, whether you should start preparing a dish in the rice cooker or pressure cooker. And that is, to me, super important. That's what the key for me is when it comes to meal prepping, is to multitask. How many hours I spend in the kitchen, and that includes cleaning, reorganizing while you are cooking to stay on task and with your mind clear, and how the food gets delivered to the client. So, and lastly, how much I charge and how much I spend in groceries for this meal prep. Okay, since I have pulled pork on the menu, I am going to start with that first. I have I think this is about 5 pounds pulled pork. Oh my God, this is a 9-pound, almost 10 pounds pork. So I'm going to start with this first because I know that this is going to take the longest to prepare. Even though I'm going to be cooking this in the pressure cooker, I still believe that this is going to take longer to cool down so I can shred it and all of that. And then after I put this in the oven, in the pressure cooker, I am going to cook the bacon in the oven, and I am going to marinate the flank steak. So while that is happening, flank steak is going to be marinating and getting all the love that this beautiful cut of beef can take. This is one of my favorite cuts of beef when it comes to meal prep. So I'm going to close this. Actually, I should close this one first. Okay. This is also how I get my workout of the day, when I get to lift all of this. Flank steak, I'm going to marinate this first. I'm going to put this in the oven. And then I'm also going to be cooking this. So right now is 12:30. It's almost an hour and a half since I started cooking, and I already have the pulled pork cooking in the Instant Pot. I marinated the flank steak. I also put in the oven the ham and cheese frittata cups, cooked the bacon, and I reserved the fat that I'm going to be using for cooking the rest of the dishes. And the bacon is going to be used for the Italian salad. Now I have to cook the sweet potato fries, which I'm going to cook it at the same time as the flank steak. I am going to start with the butter chicken, baked feta soup. What else? Oh, and the chicken and asparagus. That's super easy because I am going to cook the chicken and the asparagus at the same time in the oven. So I'm gonna get started with that, and that should take me, I'm gonna say, to prep and start things going about another hour. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Another super important tip is that you clean as you go, because it can feel super overwhelmed. Finish a dish or finish prepping something, I gotta go and clean and organize my workspace so I don't feel super overwhelmed where like I have no room to cook anything. So for me that is super important that I do that. It's looking so good.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go lippy, lippy, lippy.
Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now, there's something in the air, and a sparkly shimmer on our skin. I'm storing everything within. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond all. Hand in hand, building castles.
Okay, it's 3:20 now. So far I have prepared the sweet potatoes, the flank steak. I'm just waiting for the flank steak to cool down a little bit so I can slice it. I prepared the butter chicken, the egg frittata cups, chicken and asparagus are in the oven now, which reminds me now I have to add the sauce. What else I prepared? Well, the pork I had to cook it for the second time because it was such a big piece of meat. I didn't realize that I would not be able to, cook all of that at once. So I had to cook it for the second time. I took it out, moved the pieces of meat around it, and then I started the process again. So it's almost ready. The last the last dishes I have to prepare now is the rice in the rice cooker. I also have to bake the feta for the soup, and what else? Oh, I have to prepare the ingredients for a salad, the salad dressing, and the greens and the salsa verde for the steak. So basically, that's all I have to do now. The kitchen is reset, it's clean. That is super important when you're meal prepping, either in your client's house or at your house, or you're cleaning for yourself, that you clean as you go. At least that works for me. I have a small kitchen, so I can't afford to pile all the dishes in the sink and do that at the end of the day, because it would just drive me crazy. It's now 4:20. I am done cooking. Now I am going to start packing all the food and finish cleaning the kitchen. So I'm gonna say that it took me approximately 4 hours. I started, I believe, at 12:30. So 4 hours. It took me 4 hours to prepare sweet potatoes, steaks and chimichurri sauce, pulled pork, baked, baked feta soup, butter chicken, rice, a salad, a dressing, and well, I think I mentioned the salsa verde, and also the egg frittata cups. So I would say, I'm not quite sure now if I started at 12:30. So 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30. Yes, that's 4 hours. And that includes the my time of cooking, of cleaning. So what I'm gonna do right now is to pack all the food and tidy up the kitchen, and I am going to tell you how much I spend and how much I charge my clients for a service.
is no place I'd rather be than right here next to you. And I truly love to talk about your lovers, old and new. You never spare me details as you confide in me. I smile and give advice, but cannot tell you how I feel. How easy it would be to fall for you, but that of course is something I won't do.
Okay, so it's 6:15 now. I am back from delivering the meals to my client's house. I normally don't deliver the food, but there are days when I feel like I really want to get out of the house and drive, the 10 minutes or 15 minutes that takes me to drop the food off at my clients. So with this particular client, I'm only spending certain amount of money per week for groceries. If I spend more than, $20, $30 or $40, I let the clients know, hey, I am going over budget. What do you guys think? Should I add this? Should I remove this? What should I do? And normally they are okay if I spend, 10, 20, it doesn't matter. But if I go, certain numbers, then I let them know, hey, this is how much it's costing. Maybe I can substitute this for that. Prices of food changes like in a weekly basis. So we have a set amount for food cost on a weekly basis. So this week I spent $149.86. And this is how much I spent. I don't know if you can see. I spent about 5 hours cooking. I also spent 1 hour grocery shopping yesterday and another hour delivering the food. So total, I spent about 6 hours or 7 hours. And then because this client is a set client who I cook for them on a weekly basis, I charge them $350 per week. I can cook as much as they want me to cook. Sometimes I spend only 3 hours. Sometimes I can spend about 8 hours meal prepping for them. So, yeah, that's how much they pay me for one day of meal prepping. And this is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you watch until now, I am super, super grateful for your view. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and if you have any questions, please let me know. I'll see you next time in my kitchen with coffee in hand. Thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day.
With you. Nothing more that I would choose. Nothing more that I could use than a little afternoon sitting with you.